Welcome, fellow adventurers, to our little spot on the internet. Join us as we explore our world.
Follow along as we share our adventures on the roads less traveled.
A truck, a trailer, and we three. Come along. Hey fellow adventurers, we're here at the Tampa RV Show 2022 and we're here with Josh from Battleborn Batteries, and I'm just really concerned about some of the things that are in batteries that have been offered here by other people. Battleborn does it a little bit different. Josh, can you tell me about what you guys do with each individual cell before you put it into one of your lithium iron phosphate batteries?
Absolutely. So we go through the time and effort with every one of the cells that we get in from our manufacturers. That's built to our very exact specifications. We put them into machines that read out both the voltage and the amperage to a very minuscule amount of detail, 4 or 5 decimal places.
Why is that important?
Well, because we want to have a balanced battery. When you have a balanced battery and you have hundreds of tiny cells in each battery, you want them all to be the same. You want them to be matched. So when they're matched, that means that I'm going to charge and discharge at the same rate. And I can have them, this same as to this decimal point, and then we're gonna have this batch to this decimal point, and that's how we build the battery. And when it's charging and discharging at the same time, I'm controlling heat, I'm controlling energy that's coming in, I'm controlling energy that's going out. And at the end of the day, when we do that, we minimize the risk for any kind of thermal runaway, and that your solar panels are going to work the right way, that your appliances are going to work the right way, because if we start bouncing around like crazy, if I get cells that deplete too quickly, that battery is not going to be charged to 100% or discharged to 100%. And when you spend the money to come to Battleborn, we want to deliver more than what you pay for.
And if you're not charging to 100% or not discharging to 100%, then I think it means that in that charging cycle life, you're actually losing some of the value of the battery.
Absolutely. So our batteries have 3 to 5,000 charge cycles, and our charge cycles start at 100, they go to 0, they go back up to 100. And we want to do that 5,000 times before this battery starts to wear out. And
that's crazy.
Right? And so when we warranty a battery for 10 years, full replacement, we understand that if you have a charge cycle from 100 to 50 to 100, I might be at 10,000 cycles before you're done. And at that point, easily this battery is going to last you 15 years with heavy use.
But you said you have a 10-year warranty that's a full replacement?
Full replacement.
You mean it's not because you've used it for 5 years, we're only going to give you 50%?
Correct. We don't prorate the replacement on that whatsoever. If for some reason you think that battery isn't performing the way it was on day 1, and we're in year 5, we're going to ask a few questions just to make sure that there's something else in the system that's acting funny, like the way that you have your readings.
User error?
Perhaps some user error, but at the end of the day, our batteries, we really don't want you to interact much with them. We want you to sort of set it into your system and forget it. But if you have some readings that you find troubling, and we come to find out that there might be something in the battery that isn't up to our standards, we want you to send that battery to us, and we're going to replace it with the brand new one, and then make sure that you've installed it and you're happy with it again.
And you guys build batteries to be a direct replacement to the lead acid batteries and the glass mat batteries, size and shape, so I can do lithium in the same compartment that I have with the batteries that are on my current trailer or in my current application.
Absolutely. So at the end of the day, when as we're building out our line of batteries, we wanted them to be direct replacements, right? So if it's we're replacing a golf cart style battery, or a Group 24, or a Group 27, or even great big 8D marine batteries, we want to make sure it's a drop-in replacement. The best part is when you're dropping in that drop-in replacement, I weigh sometimes 70% less than that big hunk of lead acid battery that you've pulled out. So for travel trailers and fifth wheels and guys that are really, really like weight conscious, I can take out hundreds of pounds of weight and give you twice the amount of available power in your battery system, and no more battery anxiety.
And you guys also provide the charge controllers. So if someone wants to do a full system, they just want to get away from the whole California no generator thing coming in 2024. You guys can provide them with all the equipment they need, and you have trusted installers that do this work for you guys to make sure that it meets your standard for installing in RVs.
Yep, absolutely. So at the end of the day, we're not going to just sort of sell you a battery, pat you on the shoulder and say, best of luck, right? We want to understand why you're camping, why you're getting out there, what you want to use your rig for. And then we will help create the rest of the ecosystem around the fuel tank that is our batteries. So whether we need to look at different inverters, updating the solar chargers, DC to DC components, our BIMs, all of that stuff, we're going to help create that with our partners from Victron, as well as our, obviously, the Battleborn batteries, so you can kind of get out there and stay out there for as long as you want. We want to understand how you want to use your coach, and we want to build that thing to meet that specification. We don't want to oversell it, we don't want to undersell it, but we also know that the components that go into that ecosystem need to sort of be balanced and behave with each other the right way.
And what's really cool, some of your partners, you see their videos and they have the batteries stored under couches and stored under beds in their vehicles. Because you guys take such care and diligence about making sure these batteries are all balanced, they're safe.
Correct.
You guys have to feel safe about making your batteries and then having kids lay on a bed where the batteries are right underneath them all night long.
Absolutely. We couldn't go to bed knowing that we would provide a battery that we're terrified could cause an issue where you're sleeping. We want you, it's just not in our culture. At the end of the day, we go through multiple redundancies, whether it's the individual cells and how they protect themselves from thermal runaway, as well as our battery management system, which is very unique to our battery. So it's integrated into the battery itself, and we're monitoring both the battery, how we're taking a charge in and how we're discharging. And if there are things that we don't see in milliseconds, the battery shuts down. We make sure that if it's not how we want it to be, like literally perfect, the battery's going to stop operating to make sure that your family's safe, that your electronics are safe. And, at the end of the day, everybody's safe with our battery.
Safety first, that's a pretty big thing if you're investing in a system to run on and inside your coach. And unlike glass mat batteries and lead acid batteries, you guys don't give off any fumes.
We don't give off any fumes. You can have our batteries inside of the coach. You don't have to have it in a vented compartment. At the end of the day, they're very, very safe, super efficient. Can last you for 10 years.
And you can install them in any position, including upside down.
Correct. Yeah.
How crazy is that?
It's completely nuts. Our GC3 battery is not the same form factor as most any other battery. At the end of the day, that big 270 amp hour battery is almost, it's sort of intended to be modular in its construction. So we can build power walls if you need, thousands of amp hours of battery. Instead of having to jump, 10 batteries in a row, you now use 4 of our batteries, 4 connections, very clean install.
So what you're trying to tell me is they don't know it yet, but Battleborn has become the RV version of Elon Musk and the Tesla Powerwall. That's what I heard.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we have customers that come to us and say, hey, I started with 200 and now I want to go to 600, or I've got 600 and I want to go to 1200. And we want to make it easier to install these batteries in a multitude of different places, inside the coach, outside the coach. We have integrated heat into our batteries, so if we need to install them on the A-frame or underneath your B-van, that we're making sure that the battery is functioning the way that it needs to, if it's really, really cold out, or if it's crazy warm out.
Well, I like crazy warm, and I like the fact that I'll have the ability soon to run my air conditioner without having to run my generator. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Josh, do it a lot now.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate it.
Wonderful.
And we love Battleborn. We love their process, and we love the way that they're doing the important details to take care of our RV community and keep us safe. So until next time, adventurers, we'll see ya.